So back in 1949.
No, before that.
Back in 1939.
48.
Back in Nam. I can't fake it anymore. This kind of sucks.
You know what else sucks?
This episode.
Yep. This episode does suck.
999.
The government has been lying to you about a fourth category of life on this planet.
It's easier to explain why the moon shouldn't exist than why it does.
It's even easier to explain why Hitler has a bell and he time traveled to us today. Everything you talk about with the government.
Yes.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tinfoil Testament. We're still three friends sitting in a four-sided room. We do not have any guests today. And for us, this is the first episode in the new year of 2026.
It's the first day of the new year.
Yeah.
January 2nd.
In the year of our Lord.
January 1st.
Jeremy has not been to sleep this year yet.
Nope. Trying to make it the whole year.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Oh, man. I'm still tired. I stayed up too late.
Yeah, we're old.
You guys are like, I'm staying up too late. I went to bed at midnight. And I'm like, I haven't been to sleep since last year.
That's easier to do.
No.
Yes. It's like basically the same thing as taking a nap and then you wake up in a different dimension.
I haven't had one of those naps since high school.
You're weird.
Yeah, I don't like taking naps.
I don't either.
I don't either.
I think they're weird.
You clearly don't like to sleep either.
He just doesn't like
Dude,
sleeping in general.
these 2 weeks off work, for some reason, my sleep schedule has just been terrible. Because the other day, I'm going to bed. I just cannot sleep. I was up until I was in bed, but I didn't fall asleep until 5:30.
When
And then last night, I just didn't fall asleep at all, so I just got up.
when are you going back to work?
Monday.
Okay.
You got to fix that ASAP.
Well, it's not like I'm intentionally.
Well, he'll fix it. He'll go to bed at like 8 o'clock today.
Yeah, that's
And
part
then
of
wake
why.
up
It's also
maybe
why
5.
that's why I got up at 6, because I was like,
If you go to sleep, then
Yeah.
you'll sleep through this.
I did think it'd be funny if like y'all called me at like 3, being like, "Hey, we said we're gonna be here at 2:30, and you're not here yet, and you never replied." And I'll be like, "Oh, you just woke me up."
My cousin woke up at 3 o'clock the other day. 3 p.m.
Blake?
Yeah, he had 2 hours of daylight, and he didn't even. Whatever. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I called my coworker, and all I got was a very harsh word back, and he hung up. And then he called our boss, who sits right next to me, and said, "Yeah, my alarm didn't go off. I'm on my way."
So he told you the truth, and he told the boss a lie.
I don't know what he cursed me. He said a curse word and then hung up.
Oh.
He said,
Okay.
"I cursed Steve Andy," and hung up.
So you called him to see where he was at?
Yeah, because he was like 5 minutes late,
Okay.
and I don't deal with that. If you're late, I call you.
Oh. Wait, I thought you weren't a manager.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
No, I had a meeting with him and
Oh.
our boss. That's why my boss was sitting next to me.
Imagine he's just like the guy behind the counter at the register.
I'm the assistant regional manager.
His coworker's not there. He's on his phone. "Where are you? You know you were scheduled." It's like,
I was about to be like, Van?
he's like making $8 an hour.
I was playing my Dwight role.
Yeah.
Michael.
Oh, real funny. Michael.
Anyway, so I just wanted to talk about the sky trumpets. They're blasting off in Cincinnati.
Were you going to talk about the moon too?
No, I just didn't mention it. I'm not. This is not my talk about.
No, I know, but
Oh no, that is my.
okay.
He's
okay.
just
That
giving
is
an
my
update.
topic.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
I'm just saying, hey, we talked about the sky trumpets. They're
Yep.
going off again.
I'm validated in my
The
original
last
subject.
wasn't it like 2011 was like the last official.
Like where somebody big actually
Yeah, wasn't
talked
was
about
like
him.
20 like so.
Here's a
They're
theory.
blasting again.
It's a very dumb theory.
Okay.
So let me put that right there. You know how,
Yeah, it's dumb.
yeah, I know. You know how ice sheets move across each other and they make noise?
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
What if it's cold air mixed with super cold air that's rubbing up against each other? Making noise.
Maybe.
I told you it's a stupid idea. I don't believe it.
I had Chat GPT help me out with it, and one of the theories it came up with was this sounds like a supercharger or a turbo. I can't remember which one on a train going out.
Yeah, I was like, the most common actual trying to explain it is, oh, it's just trains.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's in the sky is not trains.
It sounds exactly like that.
It does. It does. I heard it.
Oh, give us the update.
That was it.
That was it. Okay.
They're
It was on the
Cincinnati.
news.
I mean,
That's what
hey,
it was.
they're happening in Cincinnati.
Yeah. So
Or they were a week ago. I don't know if it's still happening.
if you're anywhere near Cincinnati, go outside, record.
Or if you want to go visit.
That godforsaken state of Ohio, armpit of America.
Yeah.
Golly.
Ohio Riz. Yee skibbity.
Oof.
As the Gen Alpha say.
We're trying to reach them. Sorry.
Yeah.
We got to put our quota of slang in there every episode now.
Jeez. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You ready to learn about some plasmoids?
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is kind of harkening back to the past again.
Okay, so
Sounds like a lame 2000 sci-fi movie.
this goes all the way back to the first episode. I don't recommend watching it watching it.
Wow.
I don't recommend listening to
I
it.
don't recommend watching it because you can't. I recommend you listen to it.
Sure, if you want to.
We talk about some good stuff.
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead and listen.
Obviously, it was
listen
good
back to
enough.
it.
We're talking about it again.
So I was listening to a podcast this week. It's called Cryptids of the Corn. They're a pretty good podcast. They only have on YouTube. They only have like
26 subscribers.
We have 27.
Exactly.
So we're
they have
beating-
like 3,000 something subscribers. They've been doing it for 5 years, but they're a really good podcast. I like listening to them. It's all about cryptids. All about cryptids. If you like that kind of stuff, go and listen to them. But this is how I found this out. So they're one of the podcasts that I found out about the flying jellies and the flying manta rays. And them, along with Expanded Perspectives, which they're also another really good cryptids podcast. They were talking about this, and they've done multiple episodes about sky jellies and flying manta rays, along with other things. But they found a scientific paper from the Journal of Modern Physics. Okay, so this is a legit article. It's the one that I found is 109 pages. The one that they reference is 91 pages. It's the same thing, word for word, what they were reading off. So I don't know where the other pages went.
It was just spacing differences and
We
formatting.
got more.
This is
Okay.
why when you're doing your research papers, you got to format the correct way. You'll have the right number of pages.
Okay.
And I forget the format type, so otherwise I would go on with this bit. But
Yeah, it has the same people that produced it. It's written by multiple people that have contributed, not produced it, contributed to it. NASA and the Smithsonian.
Those are two that you cannot trust.
I know.
but I do.
I don't trust them, but it kind of gives, I'm putting air quotes here, credibility to it, right? Because this is such a off-the-wall topic, but NASA and the Smithsonian are acknowledging that it's real within this article, within this paper. It's peer-reviewed. It was published in 2014, end of 2024. Wow, you can tell where my brain's at. It was published in the year
2016, guys.
It was published at the end of the year of 2024, and it was peer-reviewed in 2025. So it's a legit paper. It's titled Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, Extraterrestrial Life, Plasmoids, Shapeshifters, Replicons. Yes, replicons, not leprechauns.
It's leprechauns.
I need more coffee, man. I'm telling you. Thunderstorms, lightning, hallucinations, aircraft disasters, ocean sightings. Yes, that's the title.
Someone needs to tell these scientists
This is everything.
hire someone to make titles for you. This is terrible.
It's wild. So, again, this is 109 pages. I'm obviously not going to read all of it.
Oh, boo.
He's reading the 91-page version.
Oh, okay.
I am going to read a couple pages of it.
All right.
Okay, like straight couple pages, or you mean like
No.
excerpts from pages at?
Well, I'm going to read it and then talk about it. We can talk about it from paragraph to paragraph. And then I'm going to continue to read it and then, go back and forth.
Okay.
Word for word of what this says, because it's too wild to condense down. We good?
Yeah, we good.
We good?
We good.
Yeah, I can't read.
We good.
I've already read first couple pages. Try to help me. But I can't read.
We good.
So keep in mind, this is a legit paper, a legit scientific paper in the Journal of Modern Physics
Written by NASA himself with the help of
With-
Smithsonian
with NASA.
In conjunction with Paperclip.
Yeah.
and ChatGPT.
But it's also got Astrobiology Research Center of California,
Oh, you can't trust them.
Department of Astronomy, University of Arizona, and several other university contributors too. So, I mean, it's peer-reviewed, and I keep saying it over and over again. So I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. So this is the abstract. This isn't even a part of the paper necessarily.
So then what are you reading?
This, okay. That's not what I'm, okay. Oh my gosh, my brain, dude. Okay.
All right.
So the abstract, it says, as documented by NASA Space Shuttle, films and detailed in this report, self-illuminating, pulsating plasma-like UAP/UFO, parentheses, plasmoids, have multiple shapes and sizes, are attracted to electromagnetic activity, and travel at different velocities from different directions, making 90 to 180 degree turns, as well as colliding, intersecting, and piercing other plasma, and have been filmed by U.S. Navy personnel and a U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, DHC-8, flying above and diving/sinking beneath the ocean, and by NASA following, circling, and hovering near the space shuttles, satellites, and the MIR International Space Station, and congregating above and descending into thunderstorms and the lower atmosphere, which is the air corridor favored by commercial and military aircraft. And this may account for reports of UAPs following, harassing, chasing, and toying with aircraft. So it's given an outline of what these plasmoids are doing and how they're being seen, right? Who's seeing them, what they're doing, how they're interacting with the environment around them. Plasmas also have explosive properties. Explosive properties, which is wild. Negatively affecting electronics and mental activity.
So is this why airplanes are going down?
Possibly including hallucinations of alien abductions, pass through glass, plastic, metal, and enter the cockpit of airplanes and have been observed by astronauts inside spacecraft, the MIR and the ISS. It is hypothesized that given their propensity to collide, plasmoids may be responsible for at least some unexplained, inexplicable, there we go, aircraft disasters. So that's the abstract. That's the intro to this.
Well, if they can, fool with electronics, then I don't know if I want to fly anytime soon. Did they say where they're mostly at, or are they just kind of everywhere?
Yeah. So I also sent another picture into the Discord earlier today that explains the atmosphere layers. So we're in the troposphere, right?
Yeah.
That's only about 20 kilometers high. Wow. This one doesn't have miles on it. Shame. So it's only about 20 kilometers high, which is where commercial air flights are, commercial airliners. Then you have the stratosphere, which goes from 20 to 50 kilometers. The mesosphere, 50 to 85. Thermosphere, 85 to 600. And exosphere, which is 600 to 10,000 kilometers, which after that is into our solar system. So we have a pretty large atmosphere, but they are mainly seen anywhere between the stratosphere and the thermosphere. That's where they're most often seen, but they do come down to the stratosphere. So this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is legit. This isn't something fake that they've just come up with. And this explains a lot of all the UFO, UAP, even the orbs that we see all the time. It explains the majority of all that.
How convenient.
Yeah. So they're within this paper, they're basically saying that this is a new form of life. We have 3 forms of life, right? We have the bacterial, we have the single-celled organisms, and then we have multicellular organisms like, plants, animals, so on and so forth. That's the three aspects of life. Now we have a 4th one, which are these plasmoids. And the fact that this isn't mainstream is kind of wild. We don't have any news talking about it. Unless this is a very elaborate prank or false information.
Targeting you specifically.
Targeting me specifically,
I
yes.
think Andrew's good.
With that podcast.
Andrew's really going to believe there's 4 type of life.
No, I
and
looked
they're
at
jellyfish in the sky
well, okay.
that explode.
Okay. So I started looking up this on YouTube past couple days, and it's not really mainstream. There are several videos that have hundreds of thousands of views about it, but there's not a lot of them that talk about plasmoids.
How do we catch it?
It's not a disease.
No, like physically. I want to catch it.
Well,
One.
later on,
A big net.
This is lightning in a bottle.
basically,
That's what it sounds like.
from what's being said and from what they were saying on Cryptids of the Corn podcast, they're saying that it has a membrane, but inside of the membrane, it's plasma, actual plasma.
That's basically like light almost.
It's it's nothing but energy.
Yeah.
It is, it's like a Tesla coil, but living. It is the most wild thing to even think of, to conceive of, that it could be a living creature.
When they say living, are they talking about like with a brain in the way like an animal has a brain, or living is in like a sea anemone who it's living, but it's not really like thinking?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
There's been some reports of astronauts, while they were in the space station, they had one go from window to window like it was looking inside.
That's wild.
Like it was curious.
Well, you said that.
So
Can't they go through?
yeah, it's been observed according to Cryptids of the Corn. They've seen the videos. I've tried to find the videos myself by a few minute search, not super detailed, but they've seen the videos of where it's entered into the cockpit of a plane and even entered into the ISS, International Space System.
If we can find it between now and when this comes out, I might pop it in there.
Yeah.
So if y'all are listening and want to see it, pay attention, and you might be seeing it now.
Okay.
But if we don't find it, we don't find it.
Yeah, but it's in. I'm going to say this a lot because it's.
Is it anyway? sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's insane and it's unbelievable to think that something like this is in our planet, lives in our planet.
Well, maybe it doesn't.
Maybe it doesn't.
So
What if these like actual question? Like I entertain the idea. What if these are literally beings that exist in space and they're just moving and they're just entering our area?
Could be. I mean, we know more.
And they'll just come through and be gone.
There's nothing against that. Like I said, they've been seen all the way up to the ISS, and they've been perfectly fine up there. As far as how they live, we don't really know. As far as what they feed on, we speculate that they feed on electricity, because the reason why,
Dude, that falls in line with the stories of the people who say like the aliens that basically they don't have a form. They are electricity and they eat electricity and they can go into machines.
yeah. Well, this goes into ball lightning too. Ball lightning is a naturally occurring phenomenon that has been recorded, has been seen, has been somewhat scientifically studied, and we've known about it. It is a extremely odd occurrence, rarely happens, but when it does happen, it's almost unexplainable.
do you think that back in the day when we didn't have a bunch of light pollution, people were seeing more of this stuff?
No.
So these plasmoids, they live extremely high in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Extremely high.
I was looking at your graph and the aurora is higher than where they said that they're normally at.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought maybe.
So
Perhaps.
they're not being seen by the naked eye.
Oh, okay.
And when they are being seen, they're probably at night and they're watching them fly across the sky and it looks like a falling star. Because these things
When you say not seen from with the naked eye, you mean from
Ground level.
the
ground level. Yeah.
You don't mean like actually there.
Yeah, right. That's good
Okay,
correction.
okay. I know.
Yeah.
I was just curious. It wasn't even a correction. I was
No,
just like,
that's a good correction because yes, they can be seen with the naked eye, except they live so high.
Yeah. So
we
you
cannot
need
see
you
them.
need a telescope or something to see
Yeah,
it.
we cannot see them while we are standing on the ground.
Because they're not giant, massive.
Right. So they do come down to the stratosphere, which is where we're at. They do come down to the stratosphere every now and then, and this is how. So I'm going to read page 1.
They take the stairs.
So thunder, lightning storms are the main drivers of Earth GEC and direct positive currents into the ionosphere, which attract plasma. The troposphere, there we go. The troposphere also has a positive charge, and the ocean surface under white water and turbulent conditions develop a positive charge. And we hypothesize that this accounts for sightings of UAP in the lower atmosphere and soaring above and diving into the oceans, including, as reported here, shape-shifting UAP replicons that split into or generate additional shape-shifting UAPs, as filmed by NASA and U.S. Customs. Plasmoids appear to purposefully interact and engage in complex behaviors, and it is suspected that they are sentient and represent a fourth domain of life. This is what I was talking about. The bacteria, single-celled, multicellular. Now we have plasmoids. Although plasmas in the lower atmosphere may be responsible for UAP sightings over the centuries, including those that appear to battle over cities or follow and harass military ships and planes, plasmoids cannot account for all UAPs, which may include extraterrestrial spacecraft from other worlds. So this is a lot to dissect within one paragraph.
It sounds like they're going to the biggest points of electricity.
Right.
Cities and warships.
So we've all heard of the glowing orbs that split. We see one glowing orb in the sky that's doing all these crazy aerials, and then all of a sudden it stops and it splits, and then they start doing maneuvers around with each other, and then it splits off into another one, and it starts doing all kinds of crazy aerobatics. Everybody's saying it's UFOs, but what this is saying is that it's these plasmoids that are splitting like cells do. They split and they start doing these aerobatics.
They start dancing.
Yeah, they start dancing in the sky.
Woo! I got a buddy.
Like it's. This is so crazy. This also confirms all the military video that's been released, like the Tic Tac. You know about the Tic Tac?
Yeah.
The famous video of the Tic Tac.
With the fighter pilots and
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you've also been hearing about how fighter pilots have shot missiles at these things, at these UFOs, and it doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
This also tracks because they're made of plasma. Later on, it describes of, like it was talking about how they could be involved in some unexplainable aircraft disasters. It's because they're made of pure energy and they have so much charge. It's speculative that they have so much charge that when they do bump into something, or I guess attack would be the word, that it atomizes that object.
That's why we couldn't find certain planes that went down.
The Malaysian flight.
That's exactly what I was
not
thinking.
flight.
It was a plight.
Now, remember seeing the video
Yeah.
of the three
the-
orbs spinning
yeah.
around the plane? I don't know how they got that video. I was thinking about it yesterday. I have no idea how.
It was over the ocean, too.
I have no idea how they ended up with this video. So that in and of itself is extremely suspect. That the fact that they have this video of the plane, which causes more questions than answers. But if that video is legit, then that explains why the plane went missing.
Yeah.
These 3 plasmoids circled around the plane, discharged, and atomized everything on that plane. Which atomizing means it separates everything into individual atoms.
Yeah. It just kind of disperses everything.
It doesn't dissolve. It doesn't dissipate. It just atomizes everything. I don't really know how to
Articulate.
process this because it sounds so foreign. It sounds so fake.
You know how
I don't know how to process it.
when Thanos snaps?
Yeah.
That's how I picture that stuff, just kind of, but faster.
Right.
Without the dramatic, this person needs to say
Yeah.
goodbye, so we'll hold off.
go, Mr. Stark.
It sounded exactly like that. Spider-Man.
I'm scared, Mr.
I don't want to go Mr. Stark.
I don't want to go.
For everybody else, it was just whoosh. For him, he got the 3 seconds.
Now, I want to touch on, because, again, there's so much in this. Let me start at the beginning. Thunder, lightning storms are the main drivers of Earth's GEC and direct positive currents into the ionosphere, which attract plasmas. So this is basically I don't know if because they feel the electric field, right? There's all kinds of animals, of creatures that go off the electric field. All kinds of fish.
Yep, birds, fish.
Birds, everything. We know that's
Cows.
maybe. I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
I'll explain it then.
But they detect electrical currents. The most famous one is the electric eel.
Yeah.
That electric eel is able to detect
Got it.
and produce electricity enough to kill a man, which is still wild to
They're
comprehend.
aliens.
Plasmoids are the same way, except it's speculative that they are attracted to it because they feed upon it. Because again, they're straight plasma, a fourth state of matter, liquid, solid, gas, plasma. So they feed off these electrical storms, and that's what brings them down. Just like you see,
That's why Elon's trying to get out of here.
just like you see giant streaks of lightning that go from the ground all the way up into the atmosphere, and we see that it's a direct current, and they follow that down. This sounds, just talking about it sounds so wild, and it's extremely hard to believe.
In 5 years, you're going to be out there hunting them.
Well, just like the first episode. This is just
Gonna
like the
have a
first
battery
episode with the
out in the
guy
field.
with the guy that supposedly went up in weather balloons and started catching these things, the sky jellies. But as soon as he hooked them, they would dissipate. Well, that kind of tracks too, along with what's saying. He was
right, and we laughed at him.
I'm not saying that guy's right. I'm still going to laugh at him.
He's right. I'm still laugh. If it's true, it's true. It's still stupid.
Whoa, hold on. He didn't get ionized or atomized, whatever it is.
Well, they attack when they attack.
He attacked them, and they atomized.
Yes, either we're atomized or you're atomized.
It's a game of can I touch your stuff before you touch my stuff?
Who will be atoms first?
And whoever is the aggressor. See, this is why the United States is going to go to war with these things. Whoever hits them first wins.
If we don't want to be atomized, we got to atomize them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it depends. Can we get oil out of this?
Oh, God.
We get plasma.
If we get oil out of it, deal.
So then it goes on to talk about how the ocean surface, white water, turbulent water, also produces a positive electric field.
Yeah.
And we also see a lot of UAPs going into the water and shooting out. Right. We've seen videos of them going below the horizon while the people are out at sea, and they come back up. But it's the same thing as fish do that live in the deep. They live in the deep until the night, then they come up and they feed, and once they feed, they go back down. They migrate. That's the word I'm trying to think of. They migrate hundreds of meters, hundreds of feet each night, thousands of feet sometimes.
You're turning into a European with all these meters and kilometers.
I was thinking of meters because of reading the...
Tell it to me in toasters, man.
How many toasters?
About 15,000 toasters.
Well, be careful. It's in water.
And it's already got electricity.
So they do the same thing. They come down every now and then and feed on these thunderstorms and then go way back up. Now, this last bit of this paragraph.
Is this still the first page?
Is this still the first paragraph?
We are 2 paragraphs in.
Nice.
The abstract,
I don't think we're getting through 2 pages, man.
probably not.
I'm here for it.
Probably not. Y'all are going to have to tell me when to cut off.
We'll
cut off at the end of this. So this is the last thing I'm going to focus on this paragraph, and then we're going to end it. Let me find a starting point. Although plasmas in the lower atmosphere may be responsible for UAP sightings over the centuries, including those that appear to battle over cities or follow and harass military ships and planes. It's literally in paintings of...
Is this the Da Vinci?
No.
Or the Mona Lisa?
There was a famous battle either in the 1400s or 1500s in Germany where these villagers watched a battle in the sky of lasers shooting off and like a massive alien ship battle. And we could do a whole episode on this to begin with, but there's been a couple sightings like that in history where they didn't know how to explain it other than like a battle between the heavens, a battle between God and Satan.
This is where the gods came in and mythology came in and Zeus shot down like lightning.
And they couldn't depict it any other way because they were seeing all these strange shapes, all these strange lights, and things exploding in the sky and everything.
Could you imagine the churches after that?
Yeah. Like going to Sunday service saying,
Pastor, what was that?
I just had an epiphany.
Well, epiphany, no.
What if the sky trumpets are these things?
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even, honestly.
Like, what if like they're like whales? Like they just go around making
buzzing. They're buzzing. They're buzzing and making this sound. I don't know. this is so difficult to believe that this is a real creature.
I really want it to be real.
Me too.
I feel like it. Okay, because I don't know how to feel about it because NASA and the Smithsonian's involved. But at the same time, it's like one of those things where all the people during all the congressional interviews were saying, now I don't believe in aliens because Congress is talking about it. It's like one of those things where it doesn't matter what you say, people aren't going to be happy.
They're going to go to the other side.
And that's what I feel like right now. No matter what happens, I feel like I'm not going to be happy because I've been lied to so much. It's just, how, if this is a real thing, if this is a real creature, scientists have known about it. Roswell, they talked about this on Cryptids of the Corn. That Roswell incident could have been one of these plasmoids instead of like a metal UFO that hit.
Yeah.
Because it also poisoned the earth. Lots of people got sick around it and stuff like that. And it could be our immune system not used to whatever this creature is. Like it's a poison of some kind.
You just made me have another thought about not believing it, though.
Another epiphany.
Not an epiphany. You just made me go from I kind of not willing to say I believe it, but lean toward possibly to now like I think they are lying. I think because the weird thing is this covers too many things.
Yes.
It's basically like everything that's going on. This explains all of it, and it fits. And it's like, okay, it fits,
Yes.
which is what originally was like, okay. But now it's going too far with the whole, like, it wasn't really like I'm sorry.
Well, that was just their opinion on what it could have been.
Yeah, but
Roswell. That wasn't like in this paper.
Well, okay, for whose opinion? Just their opinion?
Just
the podcast opinion?
the podcast. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It was just their opinion that said that it could have been.
Well, like,
one
but
of these
that's
at
the
Roswell.
but that is kind of my point. It's like now people are gonna be like, well, we can just explain it as this, and it's like they're.
Yeah.
I don't think this should explain or does explain everything, but it seems like that it's very easily could be worked into. Basically, here's your catch-all explanation, and it makes me be like fishy.
For me, it at least explains UFOs. As far as as like the triangle lights in the sky. Now, okay, maybe not those. That's just more than likely military aircraft that they're working on.
That's the fleet from Star Wars.
Yeah. No, but all the orb sightings and all the weird.
I think some UFOs.
Yeah.
The Dover lights.
But it also says in the abstract, it says that they're shape shifting also.
Does it explain how you trip and fall into a tree?
But it explains why people see the quote flying manta rays.
Yeah.
Or the quote flying jellies. Also. Because they, and some of these flying jellies are massive too. Like I've heard an account of one being literally the size of a street. Like they saw it going down their street in the middle of the night, slowly. But it explains a lot of stuff, not everything. But if it is real, Israel, not the country.
I almost chimed in with a joke, but I was like, you know what? That's low-hanging fruit, and I'm above that this year.
Yeah, we're changing.
I'm not. Okay.
Apparently.
But if it is real, if these creatures are real, what's the purpose of not telling the public about it? I mean, what's the difference between these and a bird flying? What's the difference between these and a deep sea fish?
Well, birds don't atomize planes.
I know. I'm just saying.
So then you know the difference then.
Think what they could do to the economy. Nobody's gonna want to fly anymore. Drones that are just gonna get out of hand, and everybody's gonna buy a drone to go watch these things. People are gonna start flying kites, trying to put a key on it, like Ben Franklin.
Sure.
Weather balloon sales are gonna go through the roof.
Sure.
Literally. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
However, you don't see people doing that to that point of seeing a blue whale, the largest creature that's ever lived on this planet. You don't
know. Have you tracked weather balloon sales versus blue whale sightings?
Let's hold on.
No, Jeremy. No, Jeremy, I have not.
They could go up. You don't know.
Are they? So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to end my segment there because.
Okay, so you said, and I want to do this further because I think this topic's interesting. And I think we should get in the habit of having we'll talk about this and more in the future. I think there's a lot of stuff that's too long. But are you going to continue next time, or will it be gap between?
It depends on what y'all want to do.
I don't know if this is in there, but if it is, I would be interested in hearing if they think these things are real or supposedly know they're real, are they trying to do anything?
Yeah, as far as
that's what I'd be interested in.
As far as capture them or just study them,
whatever.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Are they oh, this is a threat and we need to
eliminate them?
That kind of stuff. If that's something that you could.
Are they made of oil in the U.S. going up there and capturing them and juicing them for their oil?
Give me that plasma. See what happens if I inject it into a car.
Putting them in an orange juicer. It makes that exact noise.
Wouldn't it just atomize it?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, man. I don't know.
They'll somehow make the material out of their material so that it doesn't.
Plasma on plasma.
It's so wild.
Plasma screen TVs.
It's so wild that something as a kid, I said I was going to end it, but I'm going to end it. As a kid, you always have an imagination, right? And I always had an imagination of creatures actually living in the sky. And
so what you're saying is this is your manifestation of a kid.
It's my childhood dream.
It's your manifestation. You willed it and put the vibes out there when you were a kid, and this is them reaching the cosmic being that said, "I love these vibes."
Gave it back
because we live in a simulation, and it's my simulation, and I created it with my thought process. Is what I would say.
If I were stupid.
So you're the reason why the airplanes keep going down.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's too many.
Amelia Earhart.
I just wanted Taylor Swift's airplane to go down next.
Wow.
Not with her on it while they're testing a drone flight.
What?
I don't know. Well, you know what? I imagine that they probably live on the moon. Don't you think?
Taylor Swift?
No.
These plasmoids.
I don't think they live there, but they might visit.
You might visit.
So, the moon. It's made of cheese.
Das.
All right, that's my part.
It's made of cheese and it's hollow.
No, so longtime listeners will know Vandy covered the moon before.
Physically.
Talked about it possibly being hollow.
It is hollow.
I'm not convinced it's not.
Partially, at least.
But I was not even trying to. But I just was listening to. I like listening to sciencey stuff and conspiracy stuff, and I was listening to some stuff about
Shocker.
Yeah, sometimes mixed, sometimes not mixed.
Okay. I was making a joke there because we're on a.
Oh, I know, but I'm clarifying for the audience. So I genuinely do like listening to just science.
Yeah.
I like science.
You like listening to plasmoids?
Bill Nye.
If they are sky trumpets, no.
No.
If they're not, then maybe.
Sky trumpets are plasmoids mating call.
It's possible.
Whoa.
Well, no, because then they would always see them split and dance, and we don't see that with sky trumpets, so...
So moon.
So the moon. So I'm just going to go over some really strange things about the moon that makes me legitimately think the moon is
Fake.
not fake in the sense of it doesn't exist. Like I'm not going to talk about weird conspiracies because this ties into it's a spaceship, it's a this aliens built it. Like I'm not going to talk about speculation or conspiracy theories
Because you know it's a fact that it's a spaceship.
No. I'm going
It's
to
a
talk about
ship.
I'm going to talk about actual like here's facts that we know,
It's a ship that
Or-
lives in space.
things we don't know about the moon. But these things all combined make me think that it is in some way artificial, not a natural occurring thing.
Okay.
So we'll just kind of start from the beginning, which is how was it made? I don't know. You guys are non-believers or anti-science, and y'all don't
Cheese.
believe the world is over 6,000 years old.
What?
But one theory on how the moon was made, or
On the way.
how we obtained the moon, is called the capture theory, and it's basically just the moon is from somewhere else. It's
Yeah.
3A Atlas or whatever out interstellar, and it just happened to get in orbit with the Earth.
Alien ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's like just a chunk of rock that happened to fly in the exact spot.
Chunk of rock that's so perfectly
That's why this theory makes no
circular.
sense. And also just
Debunked.
orbits so perfectly.
That's basically saying that it's a pygmy planet that that happened to get caught in our orbit.
Yes, and just stuck with us.
Yeah.
That's one theory. No one really believes it. Like scientists don't believe it because it doesn't. The odds of that are incredibly low.
Yeah.
Because we've observed this happening before, and usually it's temporary anyway, and it doesn't make like the perfect circle orbit that the moon has.
And something that large going at any sort of speed wouldn't get caught in our orbit.
And just so that's one thing. Then there's another theory that the Earth and the moon formed together from the same cloud that all culminated together and
I've heard that
done
one.
the Earth and that. But it doesn't make sense because if this were the case, the material of the moon would be very similar to the material of the Earth because it's the same stuff,
Correct.
but they're quite different. Then there's the Earth was spinning so fast a chunk flew off, or something hit it and a chunk flew off, but it also
Formed back together.
doesn't make sense for the same reason as the other one. Plus, moon rocks are older than Earth. Some moon rocks are older than the Earth, so that kind of also is like the moon.
Well, what about the asteroids or meteorites
If it
that
hit
hit the
it-
moon? Yeah. I mean, at that point, it would technically be called a moon rock, right?
I don't know if they're classifying them that way.
Okay.
I just know that they say moon, like this is something scientists are pondering. These are all not just like, someone's like, these facts I'm familiar.
I
These
just
are like,
assume that you know it all, Jeremy,
I do, but I like to leave people in suspense.
because you've been up since last year. And so you should have the knowledge
Yeah,
and the wisdom to tell me.
all I'm saying is I think these are things scientists are questioning. So I would assume they're different. They would think, if they're not smart enough to think, well, gee, this might be stuff that landed on the moon and not from the moon originally.
And that's exactly how they sound.
If they can't,
Yep.
well, if they can't figure it out, yes, that's exactly how they sound. Then you should be a scientist instead of them.
Shut
Yep.
up.
What?
Shut up.
Shut up, old son.
I'll whip you, boy.
I'll whip you, boy. I'll whip you good.
Y'all are making this take longer than it needs to. I should already be
Sorry.
done.
Go ahead.
Then there's another theory that like the Earth made like a donut shape and it spun off of that. It's all stupid.
Wait, so the Earth was a donut,
Yes.
and then it collapsed, and then became
Yes.
okay.
All of these are bad theories. None of them line up. They
How
might.
wild would it be for the planet to actually be a donut?
Well, it's because the Earth got hit and then
Yeah.
was like spinning,
Yeah.
and so it was like donut
Centrifugal
shape.
force. And
So it was
then brought
donut
back
shape,
through
and then
gravity.
like from that,
Do we
the
have
moon-
any theories from the flat Earth group?
Well, the flat Earth group is the moon doesn't exist
Oh, okay.
or something. I don't
Dude,
know.
how wild? Honestly, how wild would it be if Earth was a donut shape? That would be insane.
This whole time
I'm just stuck on
we're
that.
living on a donut.
I'm just stuck
and
right there on that.
We're the Earth is donut and the moon is our donut hole.
Wow.
We figured it out.
We have a mini sun inside the center of the donut hole, and the moon is on the outside.
Okay, so basically we can't figure out the thing to get away from all this is we don't understand how the moon exists. How did it get there? Nothing makes any sense from what normally would happen from stuff that we can understand how moons for Jupiter got there, for instance.
Yeah.
So like nothing makes sense. Either kind of works or doesn't work at all, which is weird. Then you have, to me, this is one of the weirdest things that just really makes you think it's probably hollow. That's the way that makes this make the most sense. Is, you know how on Earth the soil is younger, and as you dig down, you're finding older and older rock because
Yeah.
it's like over time it builds up.
Yeah.
The moon is the opposite. The oldest is the top layer, and as you go down, it gets younger, which makes no sense.
Hollow.
But it can make sense if it's because it was dug out. So the stuff on the top was down and it got dug out.
Or it had a lot of volcanic activity, and it pushed it out.
There's no such thing.
But what's all the dark spots on the moon? It used to be
Shadows.
volcanically active.
That's false. It's fake news.
No,
Yes.
no,
There's no proof there was ever volcanoes on the moon or lava.
I don't know about that. That's what I've been told my whole life, Jeremy. And I'm not going to differ.
Okay.
I'm not going to differ from what I've been
No,
told since I was a child.
I had this conversation with Tyler, and he brought up the same thing. And it's not.
I was being sarcastic, by the way.
Well, what about the volcanoes?
No, about me not changing.
Okay. I'm just saying the volcano argument is something Tyler brought up.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's impossible, but I mean, for it to be,
So what are the dark spots then?
it could be where lava was. I don't know.
Oh,
But I'm saying for the entire surface of the moon to be oldest at top, I feel like if it was volcanic, it wouldn't be like that. It would be.
well, it could have been like how Venus is right now, where it's just constantly in a turmoil state
Maybe.
and
But
constant
even then,
volcanic activity.
like so me saying like the Earth is hollow or whatever was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
I wasn't really serious. Like there's probably explanations for it, but it's weird because it's not. Even if we can explain it, which they don't really have an explanation, it's still abnormal.
Yeah, it is.
Which is what's weird. It's just like there's so many things about it that's weird. And then you have the craters that all have pretty much the same depth.
The same depth, yes.
So it's like they're hitting something really.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense because the bigger one should be going deeper.
That's what I told Tyler, and he's like,
Yeah.
no, it could make sense if he tried to argue with me about density and how.
Or even if a smaller one that was going faster could easily go deeper. Like that's how you beat body armor is you go either
But-
Moon
but
doesn't
it's-
have it.
you go small and super fast to defeat body armor.
Or big and slow.
To just bend.
so
Tank round.
Yeah.
so that's weird. It's as if like you get so far and then it's like
it just completely stops.
a more reinforced or stronger material.
Yeah.
The metal frame.
Titanium.
And then you have the weird materials. Like the moon has no magnetic field. It's no hemisphere. There's no anything going on there.
Correct.
No core. So there's no magnetic field. Yet moon rocks are almost always very magnetic or magnetized.
Very odd.
So it's like, why are the rocks magnetized, but there's no magnetic field?
Well, I can explain all this in one simple sentence.
You say
Jeremy.
plasmoids.
Plasmoid. Say it one more time. I dare you.
We never actually went to the moon,
Oh.
so we don't really know.
Then a lot of materials like titanium and chromium that are pretty rare on Earth are in an abundance on the moon. And there are certain isotopes that on Earth don't occur naturally that we've ever found. And yet there's a lot of that on the moon.
Like helium-3?
No, like uranium-236 and neptunium-237.
Oh, that has to be spent, right? Nuclear fuel spent?
Yeah, yes. It's so...
Spent nuclear
But
fuel.
so that it doesn't occur here, but on the moon, there's, I don't know if there's a lot, but there's,
Yeah,
that stuff's there.
more of it than on Earth. And
And we're, as far as I know, we're not on the moon making it.
yeah, and helium-3 also, which apparently, according to some people, China is mining it off the moon right now.
And then you have like the boulders that move, which I've seen pictures and I've never thought about it until I saw this. Like, that is what that is. Like, so like there's giant boulders
Yeah.
and there's
I know
like
what you're
the
talking about.
streaks when we're like, they're rolling. Why are they rolling? And they're even rolling uphill.
Yeah. It's weird.
Because they're magnetic.
Maybe.
But
It's
at the same
weird.
time, you said the moon doesn't have a magnetic
No,
field.
the moon doesn't have a magnetic
They're
field.
full of titanium and magnets on the inside.
It's just like, what is happening? These boulders are just like, I'm gonna go rolling around today.
That is pretty weird.
Well, it's the same thing as on the salt flats. There's boulders
Yeah, but
that
that's the water evaporating, coming back and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah, but it's kind of the same concept. People didn't know for generations.
Could
what
you
was
imagine
happening.
if you're like back in the ancient days and the rocks are moving? No, they're not. Yeah, they are. Look.
Yeah.
This is how we are with the moon right now.
I guess. Then, of course, we talked about with Vandy the vibrations. They hit the moon and it vibrated, and so that's
Right.
why people think it's hollow. And so there's that. And then there's the size is 25% the size of Earth, but the density does not match the size. It's way less dense than it should be to be 25% of the size of
it's
Earth,
hollow.
which goes toward it possibly being hollow.
A spaceship.
The core is cold. There's no heat coming from it, which there wouldn't be heat coming from it if it's not there. So that makes sense if it's hollow.
Yeah.
So this is something that like technically we knew, but I never thought about it, and that is that because we have eclipses, it's because the moon is positioned in such a way where the size is the same
It's perfect.
as the near perfect to
Yeah.
being the size of the sun. And the reason why that works out is because in order for that to work out is the sun is 400 times larger than the moon, and the sun is 400 times further from Earth than the moon.
Insane.
That's how it has to be. It's the fact that like
Dude, the moon's not real.
the spacing and
It's a
the
hologram.
size
Maybe.
match perfectly to make it
An eclipse.
eclipse. Although that is slowly changing because the moon is ever so slightly drifting a little further
It's running
away.
out of fuel.
So eclipses are starting to be not quite as perfect as they used to be back in the day. And then you have like the in 1971.
Doesn't it move like 3 inches every year or something like that?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
something
remember.
minute.
I never heard of this, but in 1971 they observed a cloud of water vapor that covered about 100 square miles that was just there for 14 hours.
Really?
Makes sense because there is ice on the moon in certain craters and stuff.
But it's like,
so
could you
if-
imagine just be like observing the moon and then you're like, what is that vapor? Like, what is
Yeah. Well, it's because I believe the number is when the moon is in the sun, it's 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And when it's in the shade, it's negative 400. So if the sun hit a
Yeah.
chunk of ice, I mean,
It'd melt it.
Yeah.
It'd go.
yeah, it'd be like real fast.
That's where the sounds are coming from.
I don't know about that.
And then there's.
I don't know about that, kid.
Have y'all heard about the random lights people see
Yeah.
flash from the
yeah.
moon?
Yep.
So there's those.
Plasmoids.
There's a crater called the Plato crater that randomly just glows.
Just random.
Yeah, just it'll start glowing. People will observe it, and it's confirmed. Like it's just glowing a dim blue.
So do you think it's light reflecting off of ice, like I said before?
It's possible.
But if that was possible, then it'd be 200 degrees Fahrenheit on that side, and then that ice wouldn't be.
And it's literally the same crater, and not anywhere
Yeah.
else. It's always the same crater.
Huh. So why haven't they used the telescope to zoom in on there to see?
Well, they have. Like you could see pictures of it.
And they still can't figure out why?
If they haven't said what it is.
I hate the government.
And then the last thing is basically
NASA.
the last thing I'll say is the Apollo 11 crew who landed on the moon, if you believe it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, they allegedly landed on the moon. They have their press conference, and the guys don't seem like guys who just got back from like a
Yeah,
life
I've
changing.
watched that.
They're like
They're all depressed.
they're all
and angry
distant and depressed and like kind of like, yeah, we're entering a new era for man.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that's not the attitude and emotion of guys who just did this big event. It's like either something weird is going on or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I went to the Grand Canyon. After I left, I was in a fantastic mood because I witnessed the Grand Canyon. Imagine what I would be like if I was walking on the moon.
Be like, yeah.
Yeah, we're entering a new
So,
age for
another-
man.
I don't really care if we landed on the moon or not,
I do.
honestly, personally. But another thing that I heard about against an argument against us landing on the moon was that rover that they drove on. You know,
yeah.
apparently it was battery powered, but we didn't have the technology to produce a battery that could withstand the temperature change. Because it, like I said,
A lot of tomfoolery going on
200 to negative 400. And while you're in the middle of space, it's in the negatives,
there. Yeah.
hundreds of negatives, whatever it is. And then you land on the surface of the moon. I don't know. We didn't have the technology to produce a battery that was capable of withstanding that heat
Yeah.
for that prolonged period of time to be able to drive it around. So,
A lot of tomfoolery.
unless they did and they just didn't release it because you know how the government's always 10 to 20 years ahead of technology compared to
And
what's
I don't know.
yeah. So I don't know, it's something to think about.
The moon is just bizarre. There's a lot of bizarre things before you go into, like, there's some other stuff I didn't bring up because it's like speculation or like I don't know if it's true. Like, and is this stuff is like this is scientists talking or like this is recorded fact. So there's weight to it, but there's like supposedly some guy for like a year recorded the moon every night and like 3 or 4 different times. There's like a black line that crossed the entire thing over a few minutes.
Huh.
Like splitting it in half and
It's a hologram. No, it just really shows on display that there was a creator.
yeah. So tie it back to what I said at the start. When I said the moon's artificial, I don't necessarily mean. Well, I don't mean aliens came and made it, or aliens. Actually, there's a whole other stuff I could say about
Yeah.
it too, with creation myth stuff, but I won't for sake of time, and because I had forgotten, so I've missed my moment. But when I say artificial, I mean like it didn't occur, quote unquote, naturally, which could mean just God just said, okay, this needs to be here, so it's gonna be there.
Yeah. He had a plan in mind of how the oceans needed to be. and how the Earth needed to be and how that needs to interact with the sun and the moon and the stars and the Earth and everything lining up perfectly. The odds of what you said of the moon being placed exactly where it is
Yep.
for there to be an eclipse.
For the moon to be the exact distance it is, the exact size it is, the exact density it is, for not just for the eclipse, but also to
stay in our orbit,
to stay perfectly orbit, and to impact our tides and stuff and our seasons, because apparently the moon also helps determine seasons, which could be why the seasons are getting out of whack. Maybe they get out of whack because the moon's getting further away.
Could be.
But it everything that it does, if it was off by a small portion in any of the areas, size, distance, density, none of it would work.
For an example, to show you how rare it is, there's not one moon in our solar system that lines up the way our moon does with another planet.
Yep.
There's not one moon that does the same thing with Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, so on and so forth. If you want to call Pluto a planet now.
Again.
Venus. I mean, there's not one moon that acts the way it does, except for ours. Then if you want to go any further, there's not one moon for a distant planet outside of our solar system.
That we can see that does it either. There's
Yes.
nowhere. We've never observed it anywhere else.
It is unique only to our planet, which is insane.
Yep. It's like that. You can't say that it's just
A
happened.
coincidence.
Like maybe one or two of them, but as many as there are now, as not just because there's so many coincidences, but it's like they're coincidences that also without these there could not be life. There could not be.
I have a question for you guys.
It's like no, it's on purpose.
Yep.
I have a question for you guys about all this. When God was creating everything, do you think he started with the sun first or earth first?
How does the Bible say it?
Created light first. And then he started working
In
on
the
the
beginning,
earth.
God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void.
Exactly. So there was
And
nothing.
his spirit hovered over the deep.
So the earth was created first.
And then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
Oh, no.
Well, since you brought this up, I will go into what I was going to say real fast.
Do it.
So another thing that's interesting, but it does contradict the Bible.
Oof.
So I'm not saying I believe this, but it's interesting because of how much they also got right. But and it ties to the Anunnaki in some ways, but
Anunnaki.
there's ancient myths, creation myths, that there was a time before the moon where people were on Earth. Which is why I said it goes against the Bible, because the Bible talks about the moon before the Earth. But outside of that detail, everything else lines up well with both science and the Bible, because they're like, before the moon existed, there was no rain, there was no consistent seasons, and instead of having weather, it was like there was a mist that was on the entire planet, and that's how everything got watered.
Yes, which does line up
With the Bible,
biblically.
yes. And then they said the moon was created and placed into the sky, and when that happened, the mist dissipated and went up into the sky, and that became the first ever rain, which was a global flood. And then after this is whenever seasons and everything fell into place. And again, I'm not just saying, oh, it fits biblically, because it doesn't fit biblically. It mirrors things, but it's not perfect. But they would not have known scientifically what the moon actually does. And for them to basically be like, before the moon, none of this stuff was happening. After the moon, it was. And it's like, that's actually true. Or not true in the sense of it did happen, but true in the sense of the moon does affect these things.
Right.
So it would make sense. Is crazy too. That these ancient people somehow attributed the moon to tides, weather,
I think they would.
seasons, and
they would
stuff.
probably
and not just in a way of oh, it's whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like you said, they didn't have any distractions like we do now.
Yeah.
Like we haven't had
Life was a lot slower.
a lot slower. Like, I mean, what did they have to do? They had to
Their
plant,
job.
They had to plant crops.
Yeah.
They had to feed their family, and they had to feed their livestock. That was their life. Of course, they had recreational things. They're
Yeah.
humans, but they didn't have any distractions. They didn't have any deadlines as far as having to get a paper done and whatever.
Yeah.
Or,
Their biggest deadline was
Food.
the crops.
The
Yeah.
biggest deadline was I need to eat.
yeah, and they
and I need to
went by
drink.
the seasons at that point.
Right.
So, and depending on where they lived at, further to the equator, they didn't have to worry about seasons and all that.
Yeah.
But
And also the seasons were probably slightly different back then.
could be. But yeah, I mean, it lines up biblically because Noah had not reigned.
Oh
before
yeah,
Noah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chunks of it do line up, but it doesn't perfectly because the Bible does say that does not say the moon showed up before
Yeah.
the flood. Noah didn't say there's a moon now.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
And-
some people that speculate that when it says the firmament,
Mhm.
water separated the firmament or whatever, that there was an ice sheet around the earth. And the ice sheet melted, which also caused the flood during Noah. I don't know how much I believe that. I honestly don't know how much I believe that. But that's a theory.
Move on, theory. No. But anyway, that's kind of all I gotta say. It took a little longer than I thought because I got distracted.
It's okay.
But
Well, you know what else is distracting?
how about those tinfoils? How about those truths?
How about those lies that you're going to tell us like the government always does?
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep mentioning government
No,
because
I tell
apparently
you-
that works.
Government.
that's gonna be the
That's gonna
title.
be
Government bad.
it's gonna be your
World
version
ending.
of
Doomsday.
what's the crazy guy? I'm gonna.
Alex Jones.
Yes, Alex Jones.
No.
Government.
They're turning frogs gay.
Government.
All right.
Are we playing a normal round this time?
Yeah, we're gonna do a normal round of tinfoil or truth right now. 2 headlines. You guys down below, please play. You guys choose one or
It's
the
kind of
other.
hard. Okay, it's kind of hard for them to play because as they're listening, what are they going to do? Comment?
Yeah, that's
mean,
the way to get comments.
Well-
I understand, but nobody's going to do
You're gonna
that.
have A.
No, okay. When we
B.
say comment down below, it don't necessarily mean as you're listening, take the time to make a comment for each one, but it's more like play
Tell us-
along in your head after you're done. Say, "Oh, I got these right. I
Yeah.
got these wrong."
There you go.
Tell us which ones you
That,
enjoyed. or
that's what we mean, and everybody knows
which one
that's what we
tripped
mean.
you up.
Are you sure about that?
Are
No,
you sure about
but
that?
if you want to comment 50 times,
I
go
guess
for that
yeah,
too.
that's up to you.
you will get a heart every single time if you do that.
Oof,
What kind of heart are we talking about here?
heart of gold.
The one Vandy gives.
I don't give any. This is your podcast. Apparently,
You give about 70% of them.
apparently I was gone. It got rid of.
We brought you back. Quit
So,
whining.
tinfoil or testament?
All right.
What are these
Tinfoil or
questions?
true?
God, I do it all the time. I do it all the stinking time.
All right, tinfoil or truth. Here is headline number 1. The world's oldest.
Did we explain the rules?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
You pick one. I give you 2 headlines. You guys pick one, and you pick if it's true or if it's tinfoil or which one is tinfoil, and we see who's right. First one is the world's oldest known peace treaty is between the Egyptians and the Hittites after Kadesh, the Battle of Kadesh. And your second headline is Vikings routinely used magnetic compasses to navigate to North America in the 900s.
What year was that treaty started?
I do not know. After the Battle of Kadesh, whenever that was.
Tinfoil, true.
Germ,
I'm going to say tinfoil true.
both wrong.
Man, though, when I'm trying to be like, I want to say something different, but I'm like, I'll probably get it wrong. I should have said something different.
So, any history lesson about that?
In the
no?
next question, yes, maybe.
Okay.
You have to
Really?
see.
If you wouldn't have asked what year it was, I probably would have said true. But the fact
Okay,
he couldn't,
blame it on me.
well, the fact I'm blaming it on him actually. The fact he couldn't say the year was why I was like, well, when you don't get information, it's probably not real.
Yeah, that's why I was.
So,
like
but if
that.
you didn't ask that, then he wouldn't have done that.
All right, this
So I'm blaming
one,
it on you.
This one should be a softball one. Cleopatra invented the first postal service by training hawks to carry letters.
False. It was the U.S.
with pigeons, World War
Or-
One.
War pigeons.
Vikings reached North America around the year 1000.
Well, Vandy,
Not the 900s. I told you softball.
tinfoil true.
Tinfoil true.
Both wrong. I'm just kidding. You're both right. Roman soldiers were paid mainly in salt, which is why they were called salarians. That is headline number 1. Or in the 1800s, quote unquote, mummy wrapping was a real public entertainment in parts of Europe. Andrew's doing a lot of emotions, right? Going through
Can
a
you
lot
say
of
that
emotions.
second one again? I zoned
The
out
second one?
halfway. Yeah.
In the 1800s, quote unquote, mummy unwrapping was a real public entertainment in parts of Europe.
True tinfoil.
Okay. So, in order to give you my answer, I feel like I have to explain it first.
Uh-oh.
I know that during the Victorian era, it was extremely popular to buy mummies,
Yeah,
trade mummies,
maybe.
and even consume mummies.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, it's fact.
I wasn't there.
They would even grind up mummies and make them into a paint.
Oof.
However, I also do know that the Roman soldiers were paid in salt. And I know that as a fact. So I'm going to have to say true tinfoil.
Oof. 1800s. Mummy unwrapping. They were not called salarians.
See, that was the only thing that I was the
I thought
the
you
name,
just said it weird.
the
I
name-
literally just thought you just said it weird for no reason.
The name I didn't know, but I knew it was a fact that they did get paid in salt, though. And I know all the crazy stuff that was happening in the Victorian era about the mummies.
You got me the same way, Andrew.
So that's why I had to explain.
That's also why I had to have the second one resaid because it was like,
because
the-
both of them are true.
because the Solarians, like, that's not. I shouldn't have said it. I should have said it's because the Solarians wasn't true, and I knew Solarians wasn't true, so I don't know why I didn't.
I knew it
That's
was
dumb.
true
That was
for
dumb.
both
Now,
of them, but
now looking back, it's like that was just dumb. I should not have, because we both knew Solarians was wrong.
All right. British museums
you
officially.
did a half truth. You did a half truth. That's
still
the problem.
That's still false.
I know, but it's worse than being false.
Well, it's also better for.
No, half truth is worse than a false.
Know your history.
No, it's better for being.
Learn your
difficult.
language.
Ditto. British museums officially hosted Pharaoh nights where guests ate ancient bread from the tombs during the 1800s.
Yeah, it was a very big fascination for him back then. Like that's why I had to explain all that, but I did.
But is it true?
Yeah.
The second one is the Great Molasses Flood of Boston in 1919 killed people when a huge tank burst and a wave swept through the streets.
Glug 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 glug.
Also called the Mud Flood.
It wasn't molasses, it was mud. That's another one of your half truths. True tinfoil.
Wait, what was the first one?
The mummy. The
Oh, the mummy thing? Oh, I thought you were explaining
no,
the-
no. This was
Oh. Okay.
Did the British give out ancient bread?
Tinfoil true.
Andrew's right.
I know this for a fact because this is such an odd thing that happened. It's burned in my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right.
Learn your history, Jeremy.
What? So you know the molasses thing happened?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very odd thing. I couldn't remember what city it was, but yeah.
A Greek device called, I'm going to struggle with this one because I struggled with it earlier. Antikythera mechanism functioned like a complex astronomical calculator. Or the Magna Carta was originally written in English so common people could read it.
True tinfoil. I know. Okay. True tinfoil. Jeremy?
Burned in his head.
I'm sorry. I keep zoning out. I don't even know what either of them were. I've literally had this problem with every single one of these rounds. So I just keep.
The Greeks
It's almost like
created
you
a
didn't
device
sleep last night.
That's really causing problems.
The Greek created a device called the Antikythera mechanism and functioned like a complex astronomical calculator. Or the Magna Carta was originally written in English so common people could read it.
What did he say? True tinfoil. What?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right,
Too.
both are right on that one.
Yeah. I literally just listened to the
computer?
Y-Files about it yesterday.
Yesterday. AJ and is it Hecklefish?
Hecklefish, yeah.
I don't like hecklefish.
Really?
Why?
His segments are kind of
Lame. He's lame.
I don't know.
His
It is what it
character,
is.
like the point of him, is not lame, but I think the character is lame.
Do you think it's AJ?
It is AJ.
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
He
what I
does-
thought.
Yeah, he does it. He's a voice actor, I guess. You could
That
say.
is true.
See, like to me,
Nobody cares.
okay,
I care.
sorry, but the boss doesn't care.
Oh, he's the boss now.
Have you not?
He doesn't
kept
have
up?
any fans.
Shut up. My mom
No.
loves this show.
She doesn't comment. She doesn't love that much.
Actually, she doesn't even listen.
But okay, I think it's lame when, I think it's always lame when someone has like a heckler and they're the heckler and the person.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's because it's like you always know,
yeah.
because you know what
It's like a ventriloquist.
It's like to me, it's like I don't know. It's not, I can always feel that it's not genuine
Yeah,
because it has to be scripted.
the acting is decent obviously from AJ.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not a slight against them. It's just
Yeah.
because it's like scripted. You yourself are doing it. It just it never lands for me. I never like it from, like you said, ventriloquist is like a perfect example. Like it
Yeah.
almost never ventriloquism ever lands for me. There's a
Yeah.
handful of exceptions.
You know what does land?
Hitler's wonder weapons. Oh, Jeremy's eyes are getting real squinty, I can tell.
I'm telling you, I've been zoning out.
Okay, I'll make my little segment short and sweet.
No, don't do that.
That's possible.
Make it long. Make this
What about sweet and short?
well, sweet and sour.
I like that. So, I mean, both of you've heard of
Hitler,
the-
yes.
Hitler's wonder weapons.
I think I have. I think I've heard about this guy. Jews.
No, not that guy. That guy's worse.
Wait, what? What you? Hold up. You think that Alex Jones is worse than Hitler?
It's objectively true. It's not. I think it's objectively
I-
true.
I think he has the potential to be because he's still alive.
Alex Jones hurt people's feelings. Andrew.
True.
You cannot take these things lightly.
True.
What did Hitler do? He just,
Just killed a couple
he was
million
just,
people.
He was just being a guy with his guys.
To be fair,
Just be a guy with this guy. It's a joke. It's not reality. It's a joke. So Hitler's Bell Project.
Yeah, it was part of his Wonder Weapon episode that he had where he quite literally had a dream of multiple weapons. And this was just one of the interesting ones that I kind of was drawn to because I didn't see a lot of stuff be put out there as far as like on YouTube or talked on podcasts. But he had the idea of a bell, and they call it Hitler's bell because it's just shaped like a bell.
Did somebody tell him that it was already invented?
That's what I was gonna say.
No.
Did anyone- no, they're all too afraid. They didn't say,
Yeah,
"Sir, that's been around for a while now."
It wasn't like mine.
I have the best bell.
9.
So
9 bells now.
oh man,
We will sell them.
no, he just wanted one. He just wanted one.
That's why they'll sell the rest. He wanted 1. He's making 9. So anyway,
Call of Duty players will know the ray gun,
Yes.
greatest gun of all time. He didn't create it though. But one of his what?
What's the point of bringing it up then?
Because it's in
Zombies?
yeah, zombies. I've been playing a lot of zombies lately. All right, Hitler's wonder weapons. He had a bunch of them, but the one that I wanted to talk about was Hitler's bell, or as he called it, and gun lovers will notice this one, Die Glock. So if you own a Glock, you have one of Hitler's wonder weapons. Where are Glocks made?
Hitler's Palace.
Austria.
Oh, okay. One and the same.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's a joke, by the way.
So Hitler had the SS, which was kind of his
Super sport.
kind of they
Super
were
Saiyan. Get it right.
Super Saiyan Nazis. There we go. They were pretty bad.
Super Saiyan zombie Nazis with ray guns.
So he had the SS, which was probably the worst of the Nazis.
Yeah.
Like he had the normal
They're the one that got the majority of the war,
Luftwaffen.
majority of the war crimes handed to him during the
He
trials.
yeah, all
Weren't
of them
they
were
the-
doing some bad stuff.
So weren't they most of them the ones who were doing it and enjoyed and wanted to do it?
Yeah.
Because like there are a lot of Nazis that did it, but they didn't really like doing it. They're just like, I have to for my family, or maybe they kind of loosely believed
Yeah.
in the cause, but didn't know the atrocities and didn't approve of everything.
Yeah, they were mostly the guys that were handpicked.
But weren't these the guys who were like took joy in it and
Pretty
were
much.
really
Yeah.
like just like I'm
They-
racist and I'm proud.
Pretty much.
They had control over basically everything occult, everything science related, everything history related. That's who Hitler trusted with all the stuff. Like if he wanted, because we know Hitler was like big into art and stuff like that.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
very big.
you didn't know that?
No, he's uneducated.
You didn't know that? Learn your history.
I know.
He
Just kidding.
he would basically send those guys to capture it. They were kind of his Navy SEALs in a way.
Yeah, pretty much. The elite forces.
So he would have them collect occult stuff. He would have them collect history stuff. He would have them collect scientific
Art.
discoveries, everything.
Yeah.
He also put these guys in charge of creating the forefront of what he thought, which was in a way kind of more or less alchemy in today's terms. Like Hitler believed there was still ways to change ordinary metal into gold and stuff like that.
Was he looking for the Philosopher's Stone?
Yes, he
Yeah.
was looking for a lot of relics, which was half of why certain battles happened, because he thought stuff was there and he's like, just go take it, which was
Hitler was wild, dude. He was constantly on meth.
yes, which also it's probably why he made some of the stupid decisions he did. and probably some of the greatest decisions that he did. As far as warfare goes, like blitzkrieg is used everywhere now.
Yeah.
If you can use it, you use it. But he,
Even in football.
yeah, blitz.
Blitz.
So he tells the SS, go make me a giant bunker, but make it big enough for me to have as many science projects and collections as I possibly can.
Dude's just a big nerd.
Yes.
A big racist nerd.
So in Poland,
And a jerk.
they decide to make it into the side of a mountain, which
Seems legit.
yeah, which
I saw this in Captain America.
basically it's kind of similar. He called it Der Rise, or the Giant, because he wanted it to literally be the place that if he was going to lose the war, he could defend that place the last, like shut it up and be safe forever.
That worked out a little well for him.
May have. We don't know.
He's in Argentina now. Or
Oh,
was.
he's dead now.
I hope.
Unless he found the Philosopher's Stone and got youth.
So they began dealing, they were like one of the first people to start really dealing with radiation and trying to make bombs and stuff like that, because he told the SS, I want rockets, I want bombs, I want machines that'll win us the war. They started fooling around with radiation, and they came up with this stuff called serum 525, which is mercury that had radiation mixed in with it. And they came up with what they call Hitler's bell, which was a massive cylinder that was in the shape of a bell, and it had two counter-rotating cylinders inside. What they started doing was, for whatever reason, they thought that if they pumped in this serum and spun both up at the same time, it could control and manipulate time. The reason why they thought this was because when they first started it up, one of the scientists had a plant nearby, and almost like in real time, it withered and just turned into sludge.
Probably because of the radiation.
Probably.
Not because of time.
Probably.
No. It was the time.
At least this is a little bit more scientific than wrapping a polished piece of aluminum around somebody and spinning them, you know?
So the scientists were like, okay, we think this is controlling time, like speeding up time for whatever's in the vicinity. Let's move away and let's put rats in there. So they put rats in there.
Get rat soup.
The rats kind of shriveled up a little bit. Some of them survived, and then they begin to mutate. So they thought, okay, if that's happening to mice,
Like legit mutate. Like how?
like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Like Shredder?
No,
Or not
like
Shredder. Splinter.
no, not like that. Like they would have obviously what we would call radiation sickness and stuff like that. But certain things would start to bulge, different muscles would grow, other ones would wilt away,
Okay.
different things like that.
So just basic radiation sickness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they thought, okay, it's just aging them, and obviously if it's a living thing like a mammal, it could change them, and we could probably make monsters out of this and send them toward the Allied forces. So they started putting humans under it while they turned it on.
Golly.
Guess where they got the humans? We know where.
They turned into monsters and they sent them, and that's how they won the war.
Oof.
Imagine that's the timeline you live in.
Yeah,
Well, the Russians pretty much live in that timeline right now.
kind of.
Except they didn't win.
Yeah. So they put these guys in there. They obviously get radiation sickness. They start getting like cracked skin, peeling skin, blisters all over themselves. A lot of them just died instantly because of the amount of radiation that was being pumped in and out constantly. And a lot of them just died.
People with a lot of, okay, you know the Demon Core?
Yeah.
The Demon Core, there was,
Yeah.
whenever that happened, everybody that was in the room, their skin literally melted off their muscles.
Yeah.
Horrible way to die.
So one of the reasons why I brought up Call of Duty was because
To derail us.
no, part of this came from the whole zombies lore, because there was 2 subjects that had their nervous systems where they could not feel anything collapse, but they were still conscious, and because they couldn't feel anything, they acted normal even though their skin and everything was falling off.
Jeez.
And they were trying to get out, and they were literally watching themselves just fall apart while trying to get out of the chamber. And this is sort of where the whole thing where Hitler becomes fascinated and the SS become fascinated with the undead and trying to create these people. So they kept sending people in there, just their own guys, scientists that didn't want to work on it anymore. They would just send them in there and they would get fried.
Oh my God.
So I assume the people who went in were not willing participants.
No. I'm sure maybe some of them in the beginning might have been.
When they didn't know, somehow didn't know. I don't know how you don't know.
Well, they weren't willing. I mean, they were from concentration camps.
Yeah. So there's multiple records of people trying to get out of the space that they had it in.
So they would sit underneath the bell shape,
Yeah.
or go into the bell shape.
Underneath.
Okay.
And they would turn it on, pump this liquid in, and,
Kill a bunch of people for the fun of it, I guess.
yeah, radiation would happen. They didn't exactly know what they were doing also at the time, obviously. Otherwise,
You should know after the first time.
well, they didn't. What I mean is, like, they didn't understand radiation the way that we understand radiation. They're just kind of like, okay, let's send some more in there and see what happens. It's turning things into monsters. We might as well just keep going. But for some reason, whatever they were doing and whatever exactly was in the serum, it kept attacking the nervous system and shutting it down so that you could keep consciousness, but keep going. So obviously the SS were like, okay, this could be our way of somehow giving this to people and keeping them alive. And if they're shot, they're just going to keep going. It's a better version of what they were giving everybody, which was Pervitin at the time, which was basically methamphetamines. And
I wouldn't say radiation sickness is better.
to them, if they could get it that far,
Yeah.
they were saying, if we can get it there, this will be better. Obviously, it wasn't. So
If we could just make it not do the killing part
yeah,
and only the keeping them alive part
yeah,
until they aren't alive anymore from the other thing that's happened that they're ignoring.
yeah.
Good old Hitler.
Well, they had this in a mountain, like I said. A Polish scout noticed that one mountain was not growing anything on it.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. So
The time.
So he decides he's going to do some scouting around the mountain. He ends up finding where there's an entrance in, and he watches. And as he's watching, he writes down in his notebook that every night at a certain time, there are always strange laser-like lights that would shoot out of the top of the mountain.
Plasmoids!
Plasmoids are back.
Yeah! Full circle.
And he eventually says, I don't feel so good. I think I'm going to go leave and go back. He ends up being fine, but he gives all his notes back to his superiors. Everybody says, okay, we can't let anything go in or out of this mountain because we don't know what they're doing in there, obviously.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold up. A random guy saw all these lights coming off the mountain?
A Polish scout.
Okay.
Soldier.
Saw the lights coming out of the base where Hitler...
He said, why is nothing growing on this mountain? He was looking for Germans in Poland.
Yes. And the Germans were in that mountain.
And Germans were in that mountain.
Gotcha.
Sees the lights go up, and he's like, oh, this is weird. And I'm going to stay and watch. Doesn't feel well. Goes back, gets treated. He's fine. Gives all his information up to his superiors. They say, okay, we're going to let the Allies know what's going on here because we don't know, obviously, what's going on inside the mountain. The Soviets begin to advance back through Poland. And this is where the story gets a little bit muddy from we don't know exactly what the Soviets did and what the Russians did at that
Because the
point.
Soviets were like, that looks like a good idea.
Let's take that. But
Monster soldiers, we could use those.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to derail onto that subject.
So there's a guy named Igor Witkowski. He was in the late 1990s, and he came across an old trial of an SS officer who the United States conveniently, quote unquote, said, no, we don't need the public to know, but it became declassified, but nobody knew who this guy was, so nobody really paid much attention to it. But this guy, he was an SS officer named Warrensburg, and he described the bell to a T. He said he gave dimensions like it was 20 foot by 50 foot high, and he began to describe what was going on there. That's how we know what went on in there and these people, what was happening with them and all the experiments.
Okay.
So he begins to spill everything because he's already on trial for war crimes, whatever. And he's basically trying to build up that, hey, this may have gotten away with Hitler at some point, and he might still be out there, but hopefully,
he'd be like 102.
yeah, hopefully we know that he's gone. So he tells everybody at the court what happens, and he basically alludes that the U.S. has it because of Project Paperclip.
Everything goes back to
Yes.
Project Paperclip.
Because they asked him in the court, they said, who was the last person to see the bell? He said the last people to see it was myself and 3 other men before American and Soviet scouts showed up. And then they took him away. He said, you have a bunch of our guys working for you now. You guys have it. So he alluded to it, and then he just basically called out the U.S. for having the bell. And he said, you also have our plans for what we were doing with it. And wouldn't you know, what are they going to do with it? They were going to take the bell and build a sphere around it. And it looks exactly like a flying saucer. And he says, why? Because that thing could levitate on its own.
I was waiting to say this whole time.
Yep.
And now you know why Area 51 and Roswell has all these.
There's an amateur that did this and posted this on Instagram, where he took a mercury solution and created magnetic field, an electromagnetic field where you can turn it on and turn it off, and it would literally rise up, rise down. But the problem is that he had to have it connected to power, and also tube for the mercury to circulate through there and everything else. And so it had to,
which is why they were pumping it in.
right. So it's not like a dedicated
find this boy
where it's all on board.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say. It has to be held down by cables.
Now the theory is obviously leads you to, okay, has the U.S. perfected it? Did they get it into like you said, an all-in-one? And is it out there flying around?
Well,
and did they make smaller ones or bigger ones, or who knows how many they made?
Considering the fact that it's been 80 years,
possibly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a giant possibility that that's happened.
Do we have monster soldiers?
Possibly. So everybody is thinking that I've very loosely, and I don't really trust most people online, but when I go and look at people who discuss this online and talk about it, everybody's saying the Roswell crashes, the Area 51, the alien that everybody says, you know, that one guy saw and came forth. It was all a big fake to cover up this.
Yeah.
And to conveniently give them a way to say, oh, yeah, we're covering up this one. In fact, they're just covering up more of Project Paperclip, which that is a deep dive in and of itself.
Everything. And I mean,
Which is connected to the moon.
Literally everything goes back to Paperclip. Everything.
Yeah, they had the best scientists.
I hate it.
They were smarter than us.
But it doesn't surprise me that America would do that because we teamed up with the Russians, the Soviet Russians.
Yeah.
And Soviets were arguably much worse than the Nazis because the Soviets killed how many more millions of people? They killed almost
A lot.
80 million of their own.
Yeah. They were rough people.
Yeah. So, and they were anti-Christ. They were anti-Christian. They killed millions of Christians.
Yeah. They were the ones that said didn't they tell their army, if you don't go forward, we'll shoot you on the way back?
Yeah. However, the majority of militaries did that. The U.S. only stopped doing that after World War One. And even in World War II, there were some cases where they did kill and shoot deserters.
That's rough.
So, I mean, a lot of things changed after World War One, but yeah. So the majority of militaries across history did that. So I mean, that's not anything exclusive to them. But yes, hey, Hitler bad, correct? Hitler bad, yes. But the Soviets arguably worse, and yet we teamed up with them. So
yeah.
Well,
history, man.
We weren't fighting because Hitler bad.
I understand.
We were fighting because God good.
I understand why we were fighting the Nazis, and I understand that 100%. I'm just saying
you understand, and I trust you understand.
Yeah, I just had to clarify.
There
Hitler
are
bad.
people. Yes, Hitler.
There's people out there.
Hitler bad. We do not endorse Hitler. We never will endorse Hitler. We never have endorsed Hitler. All resemblances of endorsing Hitler are coincidental.
What? Whoa. If we slip up, just in case we slip up. Oh, no.
But do we no?
But there's a giant but there. However,
no, but
in the event,
really though, there are people who don't study history who just know Hitler was a bad guy and we were against Hitler, so they think, oh, we fought World War II because Hitler bad, and it's like, nah, we didn't care.
yeah,
we were trying to stay out of it
That had no bearing
for the longest time. Just like
we were trying to stay out of it until
let it happen over there.
Until our economy was still trying to recover from the Great Depression. Okay, I'm not.
That's for future episodes.
Yeah, I just had to stop myself.
We're giving a little teasers of what
I had to stop myself.
may eventually happen.
And Pearl Harbor was fake.
If Pearl Harbor was not fake,
Maybe.
Pearl, as someone who died in Pearl Harbor, let me tell you.
Shut up.
Pearl Harbor happened.
Pearl Harbor was not fake, but
But-
it was allowed to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a big difference in those two statements.
We don't want to get sued for like $3 trillion like Alex Jones
trillion?
for. Yes.
They clearly saw the ships on radar days in advance.
And heard messaging. And
Yes. So
tune in next time where we won't talk about that probably.
yeah,
no more Hitler next week.
We won't talk about it necessarily.
Maybe in the future, but not.
I mean, we talked a little bit about it on the Project Northwoods episode.
True.
So anyway,
I think that was a pretty good one once we get it all sorted out.
so is that all you have on
That's
the
all
bell?
I got. That's all I got. It's in Area 51.
It's in Area 51.
If I had to throw my marbles out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Or somewhere. Or it's under the Lincoln Monument. I don't know.
If anywhere, it's underneath that statue right there.
He's just going to float up one day.
The Simpsons.
Yep.
Yeah, look at the UFOs. It's never glass. It's always metal. The
Yeah.
real ones. Why? Because it's a bell.
Yeah, I just
Oh, by the way, that guy has a book, Igor Witowski.
Mhm.
He has an actual book. So if people want to go and read it, it's all about the trial. That's all he writes about is the trial.
After about learning about the plasmoids, and even in the paper it says that I know I keep going back to this. But even in the paper it said that they don't account for every UFO occurrence. So I personally, it's easier for me to believe that the government has created craft that is able to do insane things. And it's easier for me to believe in plasmoids, even though that in of itself, that type of creature is extremely hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I believe in those two things more than I do actual extraterrestrials.
The way I see a plasmoid is it's sort of like the way I see a fish right now.
Yeah.
Like,
or here's one thing that I didn't say. You know what? No, I'll leave it for next episode. I'll leave it for next episode because if I start getting on that, it's going to just open up a whole other hour-long discussion. So I'm not going to say that. So,
any final words, Jeremy, for this pod?
Sleep.
Yeah, Jeremy needs sleep. He's squinting at me the whole time.
He's looking like an old man trying to look without his glasses.
All right, that's been Tinfoil Testament. We'll see you guys next episode.
Believe in the plasmoids.
Goodbye.